What's good, y'all? Anime Gaming and Chill here checking in, and today, man, I'm bringing you 10 Destiny tips that are definitely gonna help you become a better Destiny player. Okay, this is gonna help you in PvP, PvE, PV whatever, PV story. I don't care. It's gonna help you. All right. So these 10 tips, take them, utilize them, and you will become a great Destiny player. All right. So before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, and we're gonna get it going. All right. So number one on our list, okay, you got to understand how the power system works. All right. So there's something in this game called power, or in the game they call it light. Okay, pretty much this just determines how strong you are, pretty much, how much damage you can take, how much damage you can do, as such. So what you need to do is make sure that you increase your power as much as you can, because so that you can last longer, especially when the enemies get stronger, okay, and so that you can do more damage. You got to make sure that you're staying on top of your power level, okay. The game gets harder as it goes on, and certain missions are harder than others, okay, and some enemies will overpower you. All right, so you got to remember to get your power up, and I'm going to tell you guys how a little bit later, okay. So the next thing to note is number 2, the difference between kinetic and energy weapons. So you can kind of think of it like this: kinetic weapons are just regular weapons. Of course, there's all different types for each one, like different scout rifles, assault rifles, hand cannons, sidearms, whatever. So the thing is, the kinetic weapons are just kind of like regular weapons. Think of it like a non-elemental type of weapon. Okay, this is something I didn't really understand when I first started playing this shit. So kinetic weapons are just non-elemental weapons. They're normal. They're really good for doing, I would say maximal damage when you need to. Okay. Usually the best assault rifles are going to be kinetic weapons. And then there's energy weapons, okay? So there's 3 different this is kind of like the elements, okay? So there's 3 different elements here. It's void, solar, and arc, okay? It's kind of like dark, fire, and ice, pretty much. So these are important for enemies with shields, pretty much. So I'm going to give you guys a tip. Whatever color shield someone has in this game, like an enemy, if they have like a blue shield on, you need to use an arc weapon against them, okay? That's going to get their shield down as fast as possible. And here's a little bit of a tip. What I like to do is I like to have like an energy weapon to break down people with shields. So I break their shield off, and then I switch over to like my kinetic weapon to do maximal damage, okay? That's just a little bit of something that I do, and it works very well, okay? Number 3, equip everything that you pick up that's better than your current gear. So part of the leveling system in this game is that when you pick up the different engrams and the different items and stuff like that, it's based off of whatever your power level is right now, okay? So each item that you get is going to help. It's gonna, not every single item, but as you get the legendaries and stuff like that, it's gonna be there's a higher chance that it's gonna be better than what you have now for whatever gear that it is. So it's very important to equip everything that's better than what you have right now. So even if it's something that you don't like it might be like a rare piece of equipment instead of legendary, or it might be you don't like using hand cannons, but it's a hand cannon and it's better than whatever you have equipped right now. Equip it, because the next thing that you pick up of that type is probably going to be a little bit stronger, okay? So the more often that you do this, the higher chance it is that you're gonna be able to get your light level up as fast as possible, okay? Number 4, put together a good fire team, preferably friends, to do nightfall strikes and raids, okay? So there's something I figured out by myself. You cannot do, well, you almost cannot do nightfall strikes by yourself, and you definitely cannot do the Leviathan raid by yourself. I tried it. It doesn't work. I'm not like some super pro, best of all time Destiny player, but I realized the importance of a good fire team, and I actually have 2 other people that I play this game with, and when we do them together, we actually can get shit done, okay? And we actually all have mics, so we can talk to each other. If we find a chest, we tell each other where we're at, like, yo, there's a chest over here, or I found a legendary engram here over here, like different stuff like that. It's good to have a good fire team behind you, and it's going to help you to get the best items possible in this game, and also be able to accomplish some of the harder missions that you cannot do by yourself, okay? Number 5, learn each enemy's weak spots and aim from them immediately. Okay, so each enemy has a different weak spot. Most enemies' weak spot is gonna be like, you know, in their head most of the time, but some of them, like the Vex, is kind of like in their stomach where that little crystal is a lot of the time. So you want to make sure that whenever you're shooting people, try to shoot them where, you know, the numbers that are coming off are yellow. That's when you're doing the critical hits. That's when you're doing the maximal damage. Okay, and it's gonna be very important because if the enemies are getting, like, if you're doing like a nightfall strike, you don't have much time to take people down before they start shooting you, and at that point, you know, they do a lot of more damage in the nightfall strikes and stuff like that. So and even in the regular missions, man, if you don't gut them down quick, you might be screwed. Okay, so learn the weak spots. Number 6, learn when to use each subclass and learn which subclass you are best with. Okay, very, very important. Sometimes some elements are stronger than other ones. They'll give you a notification in the bottom left corner, like, you know, void energy surrounding you or arc energy surges out of you, something like that. That's when they call it, you know, the burn or whatever, I guess. That's when whatever element it is going to do maximal damage. Okay, it's kind of like a little buff, and it's very, very, very important if you want to do nightfall quests, especially if you want to get like the Rat King's quest and everything like that. Alright, so number 7, save all quests that provide powerful gear for the end of the week. So this is important to do because you want to get your power level up as high as you possibly can, because when it says powerful gear, they're going to give you some good shit. I can almost promise you that. So you want to make sure that you have your power level as high as you can by the end of the week, and then go claim that shit. So everything resets at 5 a.m. on Tuesdays, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. You can convert it to whatever time you're in, but that's when, you know, everything resets and, you know, the new week starts and you get your new missions every week. So remember to do that, and it's definitely gonna help you get you know, some great powerful gear. All right, moving on to number 8. This is probably one of the most beneficial ones to understand, and really I want you to let me know what you think about it below. Okay, let me know if you've done it. Let me know if you've done something similar. Let me know if you think it works. I'm pretty sure it works. My friend confirmed this, but let's get to it. Okay, so this is going to require you to create a second character of the same class. Okay, so what you're going to do is play to your highest light level with your first person, you know, high as you can get, and then transfer all of your strongest gear into the vault, and then play through the story with your second character, and then, you know, avoid the missions that give you powerful gear. When you reach level 20, transfer all of your high light level gear to your new character. Okay, make sure that you do public events so that you reach level 20 before you do the last mission. Okay, transfer all of your high level stuff to your new person, put it on, and then complete the story with your new character. You want it on before you complete the story so that Zavala will give you an exotic Ingram based on that high light level. So this game is all about leveling up is all about you know, what your current level is. Okay, and they're gonna keep helping you progress, but a way to kind of expedite that is to do stuff like this. You know, make sure that you're equipping, like I said before, make sure that you're equipping everything when you get it, even if you don't like it. And stuff like this. So this tip right here is gonna help you guys get your light level up a lot. Okay, because they give you really good items when it says powerful gear, and they give you really good items, you know, at the end of the game. You know, you're gonna get the exotic Ingrams, you're gonna get the legendary Ingrams, all kinds of stuff. Okay, and it's just a way to kind of get them a lot faster than you would if you're just doing missions and strikes and stuff like that. It's a way to kind of farm, you know, exotics and legendaries that are going to help get your light up, and then you can just transfer into the vault and put it back on your other character if you want. It's kind of up to you. So tip number 9, if you beat the game, put a sparrow into your vault and use it with the new character. It's going to help out a lot. It's going to help the new game go by a little bit faster. And you know, it's just fun to ride around a sparrow the whole game. Before, you really couldn't do it in the first time you go through, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is, you know. And then number 10, understanding exotic gear versus legendary gear. So there's a little bit of a difference between exotic and legendary gear. Both of them you can infuse you know, different pieces of armor into them, and what infusing is pretty much when you take a piece of gear that's stronger than the current gear and you infuse it into it. You can only do that with legendary and exotic gear. So the biggest difference between legendary and exotic gear is that exotic gears are kind of OP. overpowered. So they have extra perks that legendary gear don't have. Like for example, the Skyburner's oath. It can shoot through different shields and just has different, like a few different benefits that a lot of other guns don't have. My favorite gun, the hand cannon, Sunshot. The Sunshot hand cannon. It explodes. It makes people explode when you kill them, and it hits people around them, and also highlights targets. So it's really a great weapon. So it's kind of the difference between exotic and legendary gear. Okay. And another thing is, when you infuse with exotic gear, a lot of the time it's going to take on the strength of whatever you infused it with and become a little bit stronger too. Mainly because even if the light level says it's the same, mainly because the exotic gears usually have like a +5 Ingram on them for either attack or defense, so it always ends up being like 5 stronger than whatever you infused it with. Okay, so those are 10 Destiny tips. They're definitely gonna help you become a better player. If there's something that you might not agree with, let me know below. Let me know if you're trying these. Let me know if they help you. Okay, tag a friend in this or share it with them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and play on Destiny, man. I'm out of here.